So today I had lunch with one of my family connections, my extended family connections, and at one point we were talking about visual description. Um, Wearing a black tank top, blue lanyard. You can see some of my tattoos, and some of my blonde beard hair. I'm wearing like a I just forgot the word. I'm wearing a thing on my head, like a headband, bandana type thing. That's got like mermaid scales on it. And there's a purple wall with turned off Christmas lights and a stocking and window behind me. So I was at lunch today with one of my family connections, and we were talking about my wanting to move to a different state. And we were talking about how I this happens every time I do a video is my hydration alarm. I mean, it goes off like every half hour, so that's not totally unpredictable. But we were talking about my wanting to move to a different state and how this desire has come up for me previously in the past where I was at a point when it came up in the past where I didn't even entertain the idea previously. Like, I was so worried about losing my current social connections that I just immediately shut it down. And we were talking about how that desire to move to a different state has come up again. And how, like, now, excuse me, okay, there's some water in that. How now I'm like I'm in a like totally different place with it, where it's like, yeah, I might lose my social connections, but it's more important that I don't lose myself. And I just had this moment of like realizing, wow, that's a lot of growth that I've made from the last time that this decision came up a couple of years ago. Because sometimes growth isn't easy to notice. You know, it's not like going to a school graduation where there's this like very clear, visible way of seeing that you've made progress. Like sometimes growth is being faced with a similar decision that you've faced before and making a different choice this time. Sometimes growth is like when the same decision comes up again and the option that you chose last time doesn't even seem like an option. Like, when this idea of moving came up last time a couple of years ago, it came up and I wasn't in a place where I could fathom that being a real possibility for me. And so I shut it down. Like, the idea of moving was not a real possibility to me. And now, now it's like, I could risk losing. I mean, I could stay to not lose my social connections, but then I would be risking losing myself. And not losing myself is way more important to me. Like, I love my social connections. I loved my chosen family and friends and whatnot, but like, not losing myself now is so much more important to me than potentially not losing my social connections. Because if I were to stay here knowing that this is not where I want to be, that could open the door for resentment. And I personally do not open the door for resentment. I refuse whenever possible. And so that means that I, like, it's interesting to me. It was a very healing moment of like being kind of, I was honestly a little bit surprised at this moment of like, wow, this option that I'm choosing now was completely, I couldn't even comprehend this option the last time, and now it's like the other option just doesn't even feel like an option anymore. Like, not honoring my truth doesn't feel like an option anymore. It's like, of course I'm going to follow my heart and move across states because it's still like, it feels alive to me. Anyways, that's it.